The wide receiver position is intriguing. If they don't go wide receiver at 6, what kind of wide receiver are you looking at 24?
I wish this guy would fall that far, and I know Lance Reisland, who's on this show all the time, really loves Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah.
I think that's a guy that would be really interesting at 24. I don't know if he gets down there. But you've got, Casey Concepcion is a guy that maybe could be in that range. I think they can, and this is another reason why I think I would lean tackle at 6. I think you can find good receivers at 24. You can find good receivers, early second round. And that's a position that has generally been successful on day 2 and 3. Not necessarily for Andrew Berry in his time as GM, but other teams have had success doing that. So I think that they can find guys in that second round, third round, even on day 3 who can come in and contribute to this football team. And a part of me wonders, too, do they believe that a fresh set of eyes and Todd Monken and a new offensive staff could maybe change things for a guy like a Ced Tillman or an Isaiah Bond or even a Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, that's fair. They need a contested catch guy. Bond he can get deep. So you found the deep threat that you were looking for, and he looks like if you put it near him, he has a decent chance of catching it. Do you agree with a contested catch guy? Somebody that they can catch the ball, and get positive yardage.
Yeah, and I think they maybe view Harold Fannin as that, but just from the receiver position, you've got to get. Maybe they saw Ced Tillman as being that guy, but again, he just hasn't been consistent, and he hasn't been able to stay on the field. So those are two things that you can't count on. So they do need to get a guy who can make plays in the red zone, make plays in the end zone. And to your point about Isaiah Bond, too, I really think he's a guy that I have circled as a Todd Monken favorite. Just everything he can do, all the ways you can get him the football. And this is a guy that came in so late last year. That's hard for a young guy to do, and everything he dealt with, of course, leading up to that. So I think with a full offseason, a new head coach, a guy that's going to maybe know how to use him a little better or be able to figure that out a little more, I'm really curious to see what he looks like.
Yeah, I'm with you, because Monken has the reputation in the MO of finding matchups and exploiting them. The old players over plays.
Yeah, and that's where an Isaiah Bond, he can be a difference maker because of his speed. Again, even if he can stay healthy, Ced Tillman, with his size, maybe he could be a difference maker. So the more kind of weird, funky things they can do, I think it was Mike Lombardi that used to always say you build your wide receiver room like a basketball team. So if you can kind of create different shapes, different sizes, and help your quarterback out by protecting him, now you can start to do some interesting things.